direct result of Spurs' distinct lack of cutting edge in the first half. Really create too many chances, and they'll be hoping that Sheringham can unlock the door. Rico not being given much space. Jasovic getting it away. Little flick on from Ferdinand. So a very experienced front line. Two 35-year-olds, in fact. Although Sheringham is 6 months older than Les Ferdinand, believe it or not. So he'll be the oldest outfield player out there. 70 years of experience. Martin McNeil with the clearance. Well, Glenn Hoddle has had his say in the dressing room. I think he'll be getting his message across in no uncertain terms. He expects better. Alex Russell playing it wide. Looking for the return ball. And now Graham with a little chip forward towards Effiong Williams. Just struck it a little too firmly, though. A good positive movement from Torquay.
There's some good link-up play there between, I think it was David Graham and I think it was Chris Brandon. Some good link-up play through the midfield.
This is Chris Perry. Little chest off from Sheringham. He wants the return ball. Jason Rees is tracking back. Well, Freund will look to take the long throw. And just despite me, he takes it short instead. He's got the return ball, perhaps a chance to get a decent cross in now. Sheringham. Well, how often have we seen him in that sort of position produce a deadly finish?
He tried just to chip that in, really, I think, rather than blast it and miss the target. I think his concentration really was to try and hit the target. Didn't really get any power behind the shot.
Warning signs for Torquay, though, that he got into a danger area, which is what they'll want to avoid for the next 44 minutes or so. King up against Jason Rees, a bit of an unequal contest. Rees is about 5'5", Ledley King 6'2". Torquay have come away with the ball, though. This is Steve Tully. Chance to get the early cross in towards Effiong Williams. Well, another good chance. Perhaps not the greatest in the air, Effiong Williams, but good opportunity again, Colin.
Yeah, it was a good delivery in by Tully this time, and Williams just couldn't quite get above the ball. But again, good signs for Torquay. They're going forward down the right-hand side, and as we say, a great ball into the 18-yard box.
Effiong Williams still looking for his first goal of the new campaign. Tends generally to get more with his feet than with his head, but got into a good position then.
Torquay are finding it a little bit difficult to adjust to the three up front. I think the spare centre-half is no longer a spare centre-half. He must pick up. Otherwise, you get their wing-backs in, and a
few problems being posed. Rebrov finding Tarico. Now Sheringham. Stefan Freund has got forward more in this second half so far than he seemed to in the entire first half.
I mean, going the other way, Jason Rees could become a very important player for Torquay now, because they've actually got an extra man in the midfield area, and if they can use that extra man, then I think they can continue to cause Tottenham problems going forward.
Well, of course, always a question of how quickly sides adjust when changes are made at half-time. It's always a problem for the manager to get the messages across that things are different, and he's got to hope that his senior players pick up the problem. Not a great deal of experience among those three central defenders for Torquay United. Alex Russell playing it forward. Little dummy this time from Effian Williams, who wants the return ball played to the near post. It'll come instead to Kevin Hill in the end. He fired it over the top, but good movement again from Torquay.
Yeah, this was a great ball from the boy
Alex
Russell, I think it was, yeah. And Tully got his body around the ball, his foot around the ball, flipped it back in, and Kevin just a little bit of rush of blood maybe. Again, should have concentrated, hit the target, but good stuff for Torquay United.
So Simon Davis. And now Christian Ziege. Towards Rebrov. Just allowed the ball to run. It ran on a little too quickly for him. He's got Tarico in support. And Douglin again in the way. Good solid firm header away. Stefan Freund will take the throw. Aimed in towards Ferdinand, got a good flick on this time. Chris Brandon is there to get it away. Effian Williams against Ledley King. And Ledley King penalised. And I think he's going to get himself booked as well. Well, that's always the problem, of course. They have to retreat when the free kick has been given. Ledley King didn't do that.
No, and that puts him under pressure for any future tackles really in this game, so I think they can afford now to get the ball into feet around the box and try and twist and turn, because obviously Ledley King will not be able to commit another foul from behind in this game, and that does put pressure right on him. I'm sure that whether that'll filter through to the players out there is another thing, but you know, to be booked for a stupid offence like that is ridiculous.
Mark Warren wanting the ball back because he's going to take the free kick 10 yards further forward, and Jason Rees hitting it very early towards David Graham, and just looking to catch Spurs out then.
Yeah, he looks sharp, David, tonight. He's done very well so far. He's nearly got across his marker there, just a few more inches, and maybe more of a solid contact could have hit the target.
Part of the problem for Torquay, of course, in that they don't have a big striker up front at the moment, and that's something that is occupying the mind of Roy McFarland a little bit. I think he would like to sign someone a bit more dominant in the air. Rebrov's not all that big either, and Dearden making the save, and now McNeil.
That was close.
Getting it away.
I'm not sure whether Dearden was outside the box there. We'll have to have another look at that.
That was close to being outside the box as Rebrov went through. And Kevin Dearden doing very well. It's gone away for the corner. A little bit of pressure for Torquay, perhaps for the first time tonight, but they've got it away well. And now Steve Tully can put it out for the throw. Well, Kevin Dearden making a good save in the end from Sergei Rebrov. Throw aimed in towards Ferdinand. Woosley in behind him, and now Torquay getting it away. Effian Williams the only man up front. Perry hitting it long towards Ferdinand. Little knockdown. A good solid challenge from Jason Rees, but Spurs keeping the pressure on at the moment. Probably for the first time tonight. Torquay's defence really under the cosh, but the pressure will be relieved now because the flag is up against Sergei Rebrov. It wouldn't have counted. The one earlier might have done, and he certainly came very close to giving Spurs the lead.
Yeah, I think they're having a little bit of a problem with the three playing up front now. They've started to get in between the centre halves, and as I said earlier,
well, here's that chance for Rebrov. Outside or inside?
On the line.
Well, sitting on the line as ever. Yes, it was very, very close, and of course the decision then for referees is that they do have to send goalkeepers off, which would have been even worse from Torquay's point of view. Kevin Dearden has been given the benefit of the doubt, and I think that's probably right. I don't think he would have known whether he was on the edge of his line or not. Stefan Freund being pulled back and reacting a little bit to Chris Brandon's foul. Well, Brandon is going to get a yellow card.
Well, we saw Freund react earlier, and
You can see the shirt pulling
it's
there.
definitely a free kick, but there's no need to react. And he's taken a dive as well, so.
And Brandon has also been penalised by the referee bringing the free kick 10 yards further forward.
Important to defend the second ball here, because Ferdinand has started to win his fair share of headers. I think the second ball defending has got to be vital in this situation.
Well, it will be Christian Ziege to take it. Ledley King has got forward. Sheringham is in there as well, of course. Delivered in towards Ledley King. Ledley King gets the goal for Spurs. And Torquay's brave resistance is finally undone. Well, that's his first of the season. Good cross delivered in. King getting the touch just as the shirt was being pulled. And a good goal, Colin.
Yeah, it's a great delivery. I think that the first defender, I'm not sure that it was Woosley there. I think he could have done a lot better, to be honest with you. I think he's got to fill that hole. He's got to stand on Ledley King's toes, really, and prevent him making that run. He's allowed him to make the run, and unfortunately Torquay are finding themselves 1-0 down in a game, to be fair, which was pretty even up until then. If as we said at half-time, Torquay did very, very well, but now they've got a mountain to climb.
Well, Ledley King getting the goal from the set piece. And I wonder whether that might open the floodgates. One would hope not, because Torquay have played extremely well up until now, and they can be proud of their performance so far. This is Sheringham in towards Rebrov. Oh dear, a poor first touch. That could easily have been number 2 then.
Again, Rebrov getting in between again. I mean, they must pick up,
Simon
up.
Davis having a go. Oh, Sheringham, I think, will become more influential perhaps as time goes on. Lovely delivery for Ledley King.
Yeah, I think it's Woosley. I think it's Woosley at the front of him there, which wasn't strong enough, not picking up a deep enough position to be able to see him.
Well, Glenn Hoddle pleased, I think, to say the least. Chance now really for Spurs to just spread it around a little bit. Simon Davis looking to go through the middle. He's made a good run. Brandon getting back goal side. The Spurs fans behind the goal thought that might have been a handball. Not sure I share their opinion on that one.
I think it was. I mean, Brandon did very, very well there. Tracked him back, got the ball down, and made a good pass. Unfortunately, it ran out of play off of someone else on the far side.
A good battle between him and Davis, but, well, was that handball?
Well, I think Davis is pushing him as well there, so...
6 in one and half a dozen of the other.
Give him the benefit of the doubt, yeah.
Meanwhile, Torquay have another set piece to defend, and there will be, keeping, I would have thought, a close eye on Ledley King. Similar sort of position. And again, it's Christian Ziege to take it. Delivery towards the far post, got away by Duglin. And now Jason Rees, that's a good ball. Effian Williams making the run. Probably won't quite get on the end of it, though. He's done enough to win a throw deep in the Spurs half, though, and
yeah, it was a good counter-attack play there from Torquay, but it was a great saving tackle by Troy Duglin there, deep in the 6-yard box.
Tully with the throw. And Brandon not finding any space. And the Spurs with a chance perhaps to break again. Jason Rees in very quickly. He's been one of the stars of the show from Torquay's point of view, hasn't
definitely. He's led by example. You know, he's got that captain's armband on, and you know, he's had a good game this evening. I can hear him shouting to every player on the pitch and wanting the ball all the time. And you know, full credit to him. He's done very, very well.
And there he is on the ball again, Jason Rees. Alex Russell. Troy Duglin. Hesitated a little then. I think he quite made up his mind what he was going to do with it.
As I said earlier, I think Jason can become quite an influential player in this game, because he is the spare man in midfield, albeit Sheringham dropping back in a little bit, but he's the spare man in the midfield for most of this second half.
This is Teddy Sheringham. Rebrov wanting the return ball, hasn't really been picked up. Oh, the shot was only just wide. And Rebrov is beginning to cause a few problems. He's not being picked up by the Torquay defence. Another example there, Colin, of a let-off for Torquay.
Exactly. I mean, he's tried to put that into the corner of the net. But the brains behind the Tottenham team this half is Teddy Sheringham. I mean, he's made a lovely little pass there. Came off into a no-man's area, difficult to mark. Excellent vision, and has made a big difference to the Tottenham team this half.
Reese looking to get it forward. David Graham. Now Alex Russell. The early ball for Effian Williams. First touch wasn't a good one. Not an easy ball to take, that one, but just losing the momentum. Williams might win it back yet, though. Well, Williams complaining about the challenge, and I think he had some justification then.
Yeah, very much so. I think the studs were shown there.
Woosley, long ball towards Steve Tully on the far side. It's Ledley King, though, with the header away. Now Brandon, inside towards Russell. Freund was there making the challenge. And now Rebrov, given much more freedom in this second half. Munjasevic wide for Tarico. This is Rebrov. Oh, he's ridden the tackle well, looking to put Tarico in. Perhaps overcomplicated a bit. Ferdinand with the header, though. And Les Ferdinand gets the second. His first goal of the season. And the first by a Tottenham striker, would you believe, this season? Well, I thought Rebrov might have just over-egged the pudding a little bit there, but great cross from Tarico.
Yeah, he dug his toe in, and there's not a better player in the Football League, in the Premier League, I should say, on that far stick. Ferdinand, tremendous spring. I didn't think he was going to reach it in the beginning, but the lead up to this was excellent by Tottenham, and Rebrov had a big part in creating that opportunity. I think, you know, at 2-0 down, I'd be thinking about going the other way, to be honest with you, but I think the thing that's caused the problem is these positions. I know I keep saying it, but it is the positions of Sheringham and now Etherington. You know, it is difficult to mark, but three centre-halves marking one is really no good to Torquay at the moment, and I would be inclined to push one of them forward or take one off and use the young boy.
There is one of them. Woosley with the header. He's not got it very far. This is Rebrov with a chance. Oh, he's hit the post. And he floated that one around Kevin Dearden. Appreciation. That's the sort of shot that I think Ben Hoddle would have been proud of.
Well, that's the type of thing he used to do, I must admit. I mean, that was a tremendous effort. Just bent it around with pace. And very unlucky not to get the third.
Well, Dearden, I think, just getting a touch on it. So it will be a corner. And you've got to give the goalkeeper a little bit of credit for that. Swung in, left-footed, underneath the bar. Good header away from Kevin Hill. Does get up well and really thumps the ball away. And that will drift out for the goal kick. A little bit of relief from Torquay.
Yeah, I think they just need to get themselves back together now, you know, pick themselves up. They've got nothing to be disappointed with, really. Obviously they've done very well so far in this game. You know, the 2-0 score is possibly to a degree what they expected, but having said that, the way that they played the first half, everyone can be very, very proud of that performance. And Tottenham bringing on Sheringham has made a vast difference.
Well, there are 5 minutes plus whatever stoppage time we get to play. Spurs look as if they're cruising comfortably now into the third round of the competition. But who knows, Torquay might yet hit back with a goal. Chris Perry forced to...
Brandon did brilliant there. He really went at the defence, but it looks as if he has pulled a hamstring. He's limping badly at the moment.
Well, the hamstring does look as if it's gone in that run, and I think they will want to get him off, because those are the sort of injuries that players tend not to run off.
I've been very impressed with him tonight, and I think he can be an important player for Torquay for the rest of the season. Let's hope that hamstring doesn't keep him out for too long.
Well, Mark Nichols is going to be the man to come on, and I'm sure he'd love to get a goal at White Hart Lane as a former Chelsea player. A little bit of rivalry between the two clubs.
Slightly, yes. I think he'd very much like to score.
Well, it's rather an aimless ball from Alex Russell. Douglin having to track back.
It was a tired ball, I think. You know, they put every ounce of energy into this game, Torquay, and that looked a very tired ball.
And of course, there is a difficulty when you play on a Thursday night and have to play again on a Saturday. Not as much time to recover. That will be in the mind of Roy McFarland, I'm sure. He's got the players. So. David Woosley having another go.
See, I think
he's come closest, doesn't he? Really, he's hit the bar, and
I think they should push up the centre half. You know, push him right in there and just go 2 for 1 at the back. And there's another good effort from David there.
Tarico wide for Rebrov. Sheringham waiting in the middle. Tarico in no hurry to get the cross on. He's found Sergei Rebrov, who gets the final touch on a game which in the end went the way of expectations. Spurs always firm favourites to go through, but I think they will have bargained without the sort of first half performance we saw from Torquay United. Put them under tremendous pressure, held them to a goalless first half, and might even have taken the lead in the first half, but Sergei Rebrov coming close. Ledley King then putting Spurs in front, Les Ferdinand the second, and after that really it was all over from Torquay United's point of view. Brave performance from them. And the final score here at White Hart Lane, Tottenham 2, Torquay United 0. We'll have reaction for you after the break.
Welcome back to White Hart Lane. A brave performance, a gutsy performance by Torquay United, but in the end, the Premiership class told Tottenham 2-0 winners. Let's get reaction to that result now from the key personalities.
We never really got into our stride, you know. Torquay, they played quite well, to be honest, and worked hard, and but I say we didn't really get going and didn't do ourselves justice first half, but come out second half and, you know, got the ball down a bit and scored a goal. I think that settled everyone, and then we looked in control from there.
A lot of credit have got to go to Torquay tonight and Roy. First half particularly, they were the better side. They were the better side, and when they hit the bar, if that had gone in, it would have really been an uphill struggle for us. But it didn't help us a little bit. You know, we lost Doc. We lost Doc early on with a tackle, and I think he's just turned his ankle. He's just gone off to hospital for precautionary measures. But that sort of threw us a little bit, and we never got in our stride first half. Credit to Torquay, but second half we changed the shape at half time. Teddy came on and showed what a class player he was and just linked us together nicely, and in the end we were easy winners, but it wasn't like that in the first 45 minutes, that's for sure.
I thought we did very well. Proud of my players. I thought they worked hard tonight. You know, we weren't disgraced tonight, which was the big worry. I think everybody thought we were going to come here and there was going to be a hiding. That didn't happen. I thought first half we played some excellent football, created probably 1 or 2 good chances as well in terms of our football, and I thought certainly the first half we edged the game. The minute I think Chelly Sheringham came on in the second half, we knew we were going to have problems, and that's exactly what we had. We had problems. But
Compliment to Torquay though that they brought him on.
yeah, I mean Glenn obviously changed it at half time. He felt it wasn't working in the first half. Sadly the boy Doherty got injured. I certainly hope he's all right. I don't know how serious it is, but you know, we wish him well. It was a very good competitive game. I thought we pressed them very well in the first half. We decided, in other words, to let them have the ball, draw them onto us and try and pinch it. We did that several times. And had we used the ball just a little bit better in the final third, we may well have, you know, maybe come in at half-time with a goal in front.
Might have been a different story if that one hadn't hit the bar behind you there.
Yeah, it's not Woosley's best foot, to be fair. He's left-footed, and he clipped it well with his right foot. And, you know, the fact he hit the target as such as hitting the bar. But I thought we had a couple of early chances. I thought Williams had a couple of early chances, which maybe the second one he snatched at when he was right in front of goal. He miscued it. But overall, you know, we're not disappointed in terms of the result. We performed well. Like I said, we didn't let ourselves down. We didn't let the travelling supporters. We had a great support tonight, and in a sense, we're thankful to them. And I think overall we did the West Country proud tonight.
Roy, thanks very much indeed for joining us. So, despite the result, a great night for Torquay United. Don't forget they're at home to Darlington at the weekend. Coverage in Soccer Sunday, Goals Extra. And next Tuesday night, the West Country match returns with coverage of the Devon Derby between Exeter and Plymouth Argyle. So, from White Hart Lane, from Roy McFarland and from myself, a very good evening.
Good evening.
drew praise from no less than the former England manager Glenn Hoddle. Girls boss Roy McFarlane proud of the way his team rose to the challenge against the Premiership's international all-stars. But could they match it when they came back down to earth with the bread and butter business of picking up 3rd Division points? Darlington, the visitors to Plainmoor, and watching the action for us, Seth Conway.
Now Conlon. Madison. Up for Mellenby. Turns away from Rees. Can bring it into the path of Atkinson, and it's on again. It's a great opportunity. And Richard Hodgson denied, though. Dearden doing enough to narrow the angle as Hodgson made his charge through. First we've seen of Hodgson. He's been invisible up until now. Pass a little overhead for Rees, but it'll run well for his pass for Tully. Now Williams is in the middle, as is Alex Russell. Goes over Russell towards Graham, and the final touch came off the back of Craig Liddell and out for a Torquay corner. Tully's confident cross over the top of Russell, and there was David Graham, but the defender took the ball away. Mellenby do with somebody out wide, as Hodgson will eventually get there. Atkinson's in the middle, as is Conlon. It will come through for Mellenby, who scoops it out and almost round the back for Madison. Madison there now. Falls for Ford. They still can't get the ball away as Ford works himself a yard. And it just needed a little touch to have given Darlington the lead. It is the closest either side has come in this game. And it's former Torquay United man Mark Ford who has almost given his new side Darlington the lead. Being forced back as Woosley will have to hurry a little as Mellenby comes in, but Woosley with a commanding run forward. He might just get the touch here for Williams. He has, and Williams is in, and again his shooting boots have denied him. Well, Williams had 2 chances on Thursday night at Spurs. He didn't take them, and he's missed a golden chance again. High teasing ball looking for David Graham, and he got to the ball, got the header in. Could say that Torquay are getting a little closer, but they just cannot get the ball into the net. Free kick's taken by Andy Collett. Collins header will reach Atkinson. Mellenby waits in the middle as Atkinson does enough to get the corner. Comes the corner, almost met by Conlon. It'll come for Ford, and it's in, and it's the former Torquay United man Mark Ford who has given Darlington, his new team, the lead. Well, Conlon couldn't quite get that header right, but it came back out to Mark Ford, and he buried it despite the attentions on the line. It's Torquay 0, Darlington 1. Torquay though still forward with Hill. It's going to come back again for Neville Roach. This time Nichols as Roach gets there again, and it just came off the side of his boot and scuffed away. Well, Neville Roach is looking lively. As he got the ball for the 2nd time, he managed to create some space for the shot, but his standing foot went under him and the ball drifted away. Conlon spots the run through of Hodgson. And a fine save from Dearden. Well, Hodgson will have hoped to have done better from there. It was a nice height for Dearden. Torquay keeper closed down the angle quickly and made the save. Now McNeil. Neil can centre away by Jonin. Reese's header back into the middle. Nichols almost falls for Roach. It might still come for him. He's got away and he goes down. The linesman has indicated, and a penalty has been given. Well, Neville Roach tricked his way through the box, and his legs were taken away, and Torquay have a chance to get back on level terms. Well, Darlington have delayed this penalty as long as they can, but they can't deny Alex Russell from getting the equalising goal. It's Torquay 1, Darlington 1. Well, there didn't seem to be much doubt about the penalty decision. and there wasn't much doubt about the way it was taken. Alex Russell clinically dispatching the ball. As for Alex Russell, Kevin Hill is outside of him. Nichols in the middle, as is Neville Roach. Alex Russell's getting there again. It'll come for Roach, and this time for Tully. He's got another go, and Roach's deflected effort. It's a fantastic save from Andy Collett. Darlington just couldn't get the ball away as Torquay mounted the pressure, and it was Roach's effort that clawed away from Collett. Hill's ahead of him as Russell puts it into the middle, looking for Nichols, who's got himself a yard. And the header comes back, here's Nichols, and that's it! And that will be the end of the game. Mark Nichols has won it for Torquay at the death. The man who left Chelsea to drop down the divisions has got himself the winning goal. Well, the header came for the defender, it came back off the upright, and Nichols had the strength of mind to tuck the ball into the corner, and Torquay will have a win.
The best thing is the goalkeeper did his job today. You know, that's what he's paid for, but he made two magnificent saves in the second half, which really had Darlington take either of them, we'd have been dead and buried. And the one thing we did do, we stuck at it, and we kept at it, and that was a plus for us. We'll get a massive confidence boost out of the game, the fact that we played so poorly and yet got the 3 points.
Now that's what you call leaving it late. Two league newcomers, Rushden and Diamonds. Torquay manager Roy McFarland has once again been wheeling and dealing. He added another new face to his squad ahead of the game at Nen Park by signing target man Marcus Richardson on loan from his old club Cambridge. But could Torquay continue where they'd left off against Darlington on Saturday? Trina Lake reports.
If ever there was a time to play Rushden and Diamonds, this was it. The Northamptonshire outfit are finding life in the third division a lot tougher than the bookies thought last season's conference winners would. Their form going into this match was reflected in tonight's gate at Nen Park, 3,258 going through the turnstiles, the Diamonds' lowest gate since they joined the league ranks. Torquay's confidence seems to have been on the up since last Thursday's Worthington Cup adventure with Spurs, and as this game wore on, the Gulls began to realise it could be there for the taking. New boy Marcus Richardson showed why Roy McFarland's brought him in on loan from Cambridge with an excellent break that almost produced a goal. Richardson felt he'd been brought down, and the replay showed he had good reason to think that way. Kevin Hill also tested out Diamonds keeper Bill Turley, as did Alex Russell. But this game was to finish goalless, thanks predominantly to the miss of the match by former Torquay player Scott Partridge. He looked to have done the hard work by getting to the ball first, but his final touch let him down badly. So Torquay are now beginning to grind out results, and this point couldn't have come in more impressive surroundings.
And that's how the table looks tonight. That win has only taken Plymouth up one place into 8th position. But the good news is that Argyle are now just 3 points behind the leaders Rochdale, who lost at Hull. Exeter are now bottom after Carlisle United registered their first victory of the season over York. Torquay are in 18th position with 8 points from 8 games. Well, that's it for tonight. More football here on Carlton tomorrow night with 3 games. Torquay seem to be playing with a lot more confidence since that Worthington Cup encounter with Spurs. But how would they cope with a Luton side managed by a former Spurs player and, of course, Wimbledon manager Joe Kinnear? Watching this one for us, Andy Gilson.
Carried across to Boyce. Griffiths. That's well received. Now room for a cross. Right over there, there's a miscue. Well, if Steve Howard could have connected, Torquay was certainly in trouble. Decent cross. Great across. A lot of time here for Emerson Boyce. Now up to Griffiths. Griffiths can turn there and get a shot into, off the post and in there! The opening goal. Well, Howard was there to follow up. Good turn there from Griffiths. Ball back off the post. And Steve Howard Leaves Dearden with no chance. 1-0. Nicely played. Now then, chance perhaps to switch this to the other end. Tully. Oh, it's deflected. The flag stayed down. No, it's up. At the last minute, the flag went up. Torquay fans away to our left thought that was going to count. It was well taken, it must be said, by Graham, but